Hello everyone, my name is Mo, and in this video I will be going over my Java expense tracker with database final capstone project for my Java class for Europe. So let's get right into it, guys. So for this project, what my purpose or objective was is to create a personal tool which will track your finances for the week. So in this tool, one of the key features were to categorize your transactions into income and expense categories. So what you would be able to do is you would be able to add income or expense and have it reported to your database, and based on the added values on your database, you get a final sum of your total income or your total expense and your overall total of your net. Either are you in positive or negative. So this is helpful to the regular user to manage their funds, to realize how good they are with their own finances. Okay, and you can manage or track, or you can say you can analyze your financial trends based on the data that you view on your SQL database. So second thing is it connects with a SQL database in the background. So whenever you are writing, or you're writing or uploading a new expense or income, it goes into the background and changes all the values within. And then for the user interface, we are actually using um, for the user interface, we're actually using a module similar to Swing. However, it is not Swing. It's a it's a different module that we are using. So let me go back over here. Yeah, so we're using a different module similar to Swing. So that's for the user interface, where the buttons show, and then you can display your transactions, and any new transactions that you add. Also, there's a button which allows you to remove a transaction by simply selecting on it and hitting remove transaction. For my design algorithm, so first things first, we have to establish SQL to our Java database connector. This can be done under the dependencies within your IntelliJ or wherever you are writing your program. For data representation, we represent our data by a description, and then we put it in a class. So it's either expense class or it's either expense class or income class. And then for our main core logic operation, we actually use classes, getter, and setter methods. This is exactly what we did in our Java class with our Professor Dio. So for example, one of the functions are add transaction, which actually inserts transactions into the database, and then get transaction gets those transactions from the database, which is simply displayed in our GUI, in our graphical user interface. So in the user interface setup, we actually design a window table with JTable for transactions, and then we have buttons to extract or add new transactions. Also refresh UI. So we finally use refresh UI within our project, so that when the user does load that same or run that same program, the prior data that the user ran would be pulled up and viewed to the user. So our SDLC, software development lifecycle implementation for this is as goes. So first off, we have to do our analysis before we jump into the program. So again, this program is designed to help a particular individual or individual with their finances. That is our main goal for this project. And then for system design, we want to create a graphical user interface and a database where the user stores all prior data, and then with proper data flow. For implementation, we are using Java Swing module and Java database connectors, and my SQL workbench and the language SQL itself to create a backend database. For testing, you can do integration or unit testing. However, I chose not to do either one. I actually did manual testing. So you can do manual testing to see if your database is working, or run queries at your in your MySQL workbench to see if you can pull data or filter data the way you want it to be. And finally, for deployment, you can upload. So you will be able to find the GitHub to this project. You can download this project, make edits to that particular project, or use it for your own benefit. You can do either one and run it from your local host. So for deployment, we're going to use GitHub to deploy this project. Finally, my second to last slide, which is my Jira slide. So I use Jira to manage this project. Why I use the backlog theme? It's because it's very simple for users to use this theme. You can make your list of to-do things, and simply you can hit to-do. Once you do hit this to-do section here, you're going to get two other lists where it's in progress or completed. So it's it's just a simple way to get your work done. And finally, this is my Figma. Just a drawing of how my GUI should look like. So again, if you can add an expense or add income, and then you can select or view your prior or new income. Now we're going to do a program run demo here. So this is my program, and then I'm just going to run it. I'm not going to go through the code. I'm simply going to just run this program. So once you do run it, it should be building. And boom. So here we have it. We have the expense and an income tracker here. So as you can see, these are all prior expenses and trackers that expenses of income that I have added to my GUI. And you can see the total expense and total income and then the total value. So your net, net negative or net positive after all of these expenses and income has been added up. So we're just going to do a demo add. So for this, since we're in a net negative, we're going to add an income. And for this income, we're going to say payday. So let's say, for example, when we get paid. So payday. And for amount, we're going to write $2,000 or $3,000. Okay, so once you do hit add, as you can see, our value for payday, it changes. So now our income increases, and then the total net negative goes from $10,000 to $7,000 because we just had a payday of $3,000. So as you can see, number 101, that's the 101 thing that we have added, which is payday. So finally, I'm going to show you my schema where our data is stored. So as you can see, this is my transaction table. We can select this table and run this query, hopefully. This is not the one. Just give me 1 second, guys. So this is the table that we want to run. And if we do select the first 1,000 rows, we should have all these transactions, and then our final income, which is the 101 payday, as we can see here, and the amount 3,000. Now, why I chose to do schema or store my data in schema versus in a text file, it's because you can run queries within your schema. So you can filter data or get particular data, search for specific key terms within schema using the SQL language. That is my final project for Java. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want the GitHub link, it is on the description box down below. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe.